Chili paneer is great, and it's one of those dishes that you don't always have to deep fry. You can actually air fry it and it comes out really well, but you can very easily mess it up and have paneer cubes that instead of being crispy and soft inside are rubbery and burnt and tarnished outside. Let's go over how you can avoid that and make some great air fryer chili paneer. Mistake number one is a batter that is too thin. So you want a batter that is thick enough to form a nice protective coating around the paneer. It's gonna help in two ways. It's gonna help the paneer stay moister and softer inside, and it'll help the breading to not burn and to stay crispy. If you put too much liquid and the batter is too thin, then you won't get a nice coating around the paneer. So you want that starch to bind together. The paneer and the breading can do well in the harsh condition inside the air fryer, because it's very different than deep frying, where you usually would cook the paneer part of this dish in. In the air fryer, the paneer and the batter is gonna be exposed to some hot, dry heat for like, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes. And we wanna do whatever we can to make sure we avoid the outside and the inside from turning into dust, dry. The fix is to be just very careful with how you're preparing that batter. Don't start with too much liquid. Slowly add that in and you will be just fine. But the main trick to make sure that the batter, even if you use the perfect amount of consistency of liquid, is once you've coated the paneer with this thick, perfectly consistent batter, you want to then refrigerate it. What that's going to do is it will help the batter to like stick around the paneer. What you don't want to do is have the batter just drip down the moment you add it to the air fryer, because I'm using a rack as well. If it's chilled, it'll take longer for it to like start dripping down, which means you have more of a chance that the batter all around will stick to that paneer, coat it well, protect the inside, and have a nice crisp outside. Mistake number two is skimping on the oil. Yeah, the batter has some oil as well, but it's not enough to protect the outside, to create a protective layer to make sure the batter does not burn and to keep the inside of the paneer moist. See, adding the oil helps create a barrier of protection so that the food can brown for longer before it starts to burn. You want the Maillard reaction, the browning process, to go for as long as you can for maximum development of flavor. And also, if the oil is coated well all around, that Maillard reaction can start much earlier, helping you get that perfect texture. And to test that, here I picked 3 sad pieces of paneer. Unfortunately, the lucky specimens who are gonna get cooked in that air fryer with a thin coating with no oil. Stay tuned. Mistake number 3 is not flipping and not adding another spray of oil. So that goes hand in hand with what I said earlier. The oil helps with the browning, with the Maillard reaction. So you want to make sure that you flip paneer pieces about halfway along the cooking time, and then add a fresh coat of oil, a light spray, so that each side can have an even consistent coating of oil. In a deep fryer, every side of it is bathing in that oil. And if you're wondering about the paneers that are cooking with a thin batter with no oil, yeah, I'm not even gonna flip it. They're gonna cook, and that top side is gonna get hammered by the air fryer dry heat for the full 10 minutes. You don't want to know what happens to these paneers when they're done. And the last mistake, drowning the paneer that's crispy as the sauce is bubbling. You have these beautiful cubes of paneer that's nice and crispy, light, made in the air fryer. You want to add it to the sauce once the sauce is ready. What you don't want to do is prepare the sauce with the paneer drowning in it. So make the sauce as the paneer is cooking, and once the sauce has thickened with the help of that cornstarch slurry, that's when you add the paneer, toss it really well, and then serve immediately. If you let the sauce bubble for an extended duration of time with the paneer, that coating that we made crispy is gonna rehydrate, and it's just gonna make the paneer soggy. So now that you know all this, let's see how to put this dish together. So to make this dish, you wanna first make the batter for the breading of the paneer. So everything for that goes in a bowl, including the cornstarch, rice flour, the soy sauce, and the red chili powder for some color into a bowl and mix that really well. And then you can add in your cubes of paneer. Now my paneer is homemade. I always tend to make homemade paneer. In case you get freshly made paneer near you, use that. Really convenient. I don't have that, so I make it myself. Now the consistency of the batter should not be too thin and should not be too thick and sticky either. Pourable but smooth. Once you've coated the paneer really well, making sure to handle it delicately, you want to just let this sit in the fridge for about 15 to 30 minutes. That's really going to help the breading cool down and stick to the paneer much better. What we're trying to account for is we are air frying them. If we were to just put them in some hot deep fryer oil or even shallow frying, we wouldn't have to do this because the coating would set instantly the moment the batter hits the oil. But we have to help it out a bit so that the batter can set and form that coating in the air fryer. While that's happening, make sure to preheat your air fryer at 390 degrees Fahrenheit, lightly oil the basket, and then add the paneer in a single layer, and then oil the top before you start cooking. That oil, along with the fact that the batter has cooled down, will make sure that the crust around forms really well and is protected by that oil. I'm gonna cook this for about 8 to 10 minutes and flip them halfway. Spray them with some more oil, make sure they get nice and crisp. While that's going on, we can make the sauce for the chili paneer. There are two versions of chili paneer, the dry style and the gravy style. I always like the gravy version, so that's what I'm doing. So for the sauce, in a bowl, just mix together some soy sauce, ketchup, sriracha, rice vinegar, sugar, red chili powder, and some water. Just mix that really well, and meanwhile, also make some cornstarch slurry. Just water, cornstarch, mix it well, set it aside. Now as the paneer finishes cooking, about 5 to 10 minutes before, start heating up a large wok or a pan on medium-high heat, and then once it's hot, add some oil in there, and then add the onions and the peppers. Cook that out for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want them to be tender crisp essentially when they're done cooking, and then add in garlic, white parts of a scallion, some dried red chilies, some green chilies that I've cut in half, and then cook for another 30 seconds or until this mixture is nice and fragrant. This will come together really fast because the heat is really hot. Then pour in that prepared sauce from earlier and then simmer this for about 1 to 2 minutes. Once the rawness of that sauce starts to cook out, the spices that are in there, then you can add in the cornstarch slurry and just watch that sauce thicken. Around this time, the paneer should be almost done as well. So take a look at this. Nice, even browning all around, crispy, and now it's time to add them to our gravy and just toss them really well to coat. That's how you can make chili paneer in the air fryer. It is a two-step method. You can't make it all in the air fryer, but air frying the paneer itself helps make this a much leaner treat. This chili paneer really takes me right back. So let's have a quick bite. It's so good when it's homemade. This sweetness, spiciness. So the issue with not putting any oil on these breaded blocks of paneer that also had a really thin breading, just result in the breading kind of getting burnt. I'm sure this is gonna taste kind of bitter compared to what you saw when we had a nice thick coating and we greased it. That's actually very bad. Poorly cooked ones, it honestly just tastes like burnt soy sauce. But see, if I can have chili paneer more often, then that is a win in my book. If you like this and you want something really similar, then check out my air fryer Korean tofu bowl.